Hey foodies, it's Crystal. Welcome back to my Gadget Kitchen. Today I'll be making smoked Cornish hens with cheesy scalloped potatoes and sauteed spinach. I'll be using my Masterbuilt portable smoker. Here are the seasonings I'll be using for the hens. First, you want to wash your hens inside and out, and then you want to pat them dry. So if you watched my air fryer Cornish hen video, then you've already seen me do these steps. But here, I'll explain it again. So this is a mustard rub that I'm using. It doesn't make anything taste like mustard, but it's a really nice added layer of flavor. It's really delicious, so I highly suggest you give it a try. Rub the hens with mustard and then season them as normal: salt, pepper. I'm using Slap Your Mama, some granulated garlic, some poultry seasoning, and some paprika. You also want to make sure that you season inside the cavity with salt and pepper as well. So now I have flipped over the hens and I have rubbed the other side with mustard, and now I am sliding some butter under the skin. Once seasoned, I pop them in the fridge for a few hours. Now let's prep the smoker. The smoker has been preheating on max heat for about 15-20 minutes, and now I'm adding the wood chips. I used mesquite flavored. Now it's time to get smoking. So it's been about 45 minutes out here to check on the hens. You can see that thing is smoking. Ooh, look at that smoke. Listen to that sizzle. Oh, looks like those are burnt up. I'm going to add some more wood chips. Oh yeah. Took about an hour and a half for the hens to fully cook. Let's get started on the sides. Up first is the cheesy scalloped potatoes. So I'm using my pressure cooker to cut down the time it needs to cook in the oven. I have peeled and rinsed about 5 potatoes, and I am cooking them in my pressure cooker for 8 minutes. Once the potatoes have cooled enough to handle, I am slicing them up. Okay, let's get started on the cheese sauce. So I am grating 2 8-ounce blocks of cheese. I believe it's Monterey and the other is Kobe. I am using an attachment on my KitchenAid stand mixer. You can learn more about that in another video I did. I'll put a link in the description box. So now that the cheese has been shredded, I have a 1/4 cup of butter that I have melted, and I'm adding a 1/4 cup of flour. And I'm going to let that cook till it's a nice light brown. And now I'm adding in 1.5 cups of half and half. I'm going to stir this until it is thickened, and then I'm going to add in some of my shredded cheese. And now I'm going to season the sauce up with a little salt and pepper. Okay, now that my cheese sauce is done, it's time to build the dish. So I am layering my sliced potatoes in a 9x13 pan that I've sprayed with some Pam. And I'm going to season the potatoes with some salt, pepper, onion, granulated onion, and granulated garlic. Now I'm going to spread half of the sauce on top, and then I'm going to add some shredded cheese. And then I'm going to repeat my layers of more potatoes, seasoning, cheese sauce, and I'm ending with shredded cheese and paprika. Now it's time to pop it in the oven for about 30 minutes until the cheese is bubbly and your potatoes have finished cooking. All right, let's move on to the spinach. I have 4 bunches of spinach. Please wash your leafy greens. I've told you, look at that mud. Anyway, so I have washed my greens and I sliced up an onion. I should have did some garlic, but I totally forgot. So I am using my Breville Wok. I'm adding some olive oil, and I'm going to saute these onions up. Now I'm going to season the onions with some red pepper flakes and some salt and pepper. After the onions have softened, it's time to add the spinach. You got to add it a little bit at a time. So you put some in, you let it wilt, add some more, let it wilt until you have it all in there. And then once all of your spinach has been added, you go ahead and season it to taste. I am using some granulated garlic and some accent seasoning. And that's it. Your spinach is now done. So here is the fully plated dish. Everything was so good. The smoked hens were awesome. So I do hope you guys give this a try, especially with the mustard rub. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to like, share, and comment. And remember, get out of that drive-thru and get into the kitchen. Bye.